All right. So welcome everyone to this training. Can you guys see my screen? Say yes if you guys can see my screen here. All right, perfect. So we're going to be doing a little bit of showing you guys some stuff, and most importantly, it's going to be about you guys asking questions about one specific topic. Um, so what we're going to be talking about, what I want to see real quick is what do you guys think is the most important thing about your product? Take a minute and write it in the chat. Let me know. What is the single most important thing about your product? Let me know in the chat. All right, there's some good ones here. Giving great value, 100% Keith, that is extremely important. Marketing is extremely important. All right, awesome. So what we're going to talk about is actually the most important part to getting people to buy your product. So we're going to be talking about this sales page. All right, and the most important thing on the sales page is going to be this sales page video. So how many of you guys are creating a product and have made a sales page video before? Let me know in the chat if you have. Yes or no? All right, cool. So there's some mix. Some people haven't. You guys are working on creating a sales page video, and some of you guys have. So what we're going to jump with is, Mila, what I want you to do is kind of tell everyone the most important stuff, kind of the basics of creating your sales page video and how easy it is to do with a PowerPoint, and kind of just some of the basics that you've taught some of your students with these videos to make sure that they convert and they get people's attention. So if you want to just kind of kick off with that, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so of course your video sales letter is what is going to get you guys to, or not you guys, your customers, potential customers to buy your product. So essentially this is where you guys get to shine and you guys want to make it really good. Obviously the actual video sales letter that you're writing is the most important, but how you're presenting it visually is just as important because you want to be able to keep your viewers' attention. So in doing that, the format is actually really important. So for those of you guys who've already started creating your PowerPoint, this is going to be good for you guys to go back and see if you have all of these things. And if you haven't started yet, that's also great because then you guys don't need to go back and change anything. So, so what you want to do is really make sure you stick to simple formatting. You guys want to make sure that it's done on a white background, or that is the most preferable, or
Yeah,
that is
perfect.
very high contrast colors. So
real quick though, let's backtrack real quick for all you guys on here. A lot of you guys know exactly what we're talking about here when Mila's talking about like the formatting. But for any of you guys who missed out on maybe a training from before, our sales page videos are going to be PowerPoints. So it's going to basically be PowerPoint slides, and you're filming the PowerPoint slides. Okay, so if you don't know about that, how to do that, we have step-by-step a training video inside under the recorded session. It's called PowerPoint Sales Videos, and I want you guys to check that out. So a lot of people, when they're thinking about sales videos, they're thinking, I have to film myself, maybe I have to get an actor, maybe I have to have these cool special effects to make it look cool. You don't have to do any of that. It's as easy as making a PowerPoint and just recording what's on your screen. And we show you exactly what you need to do that with. It's actually free. There's a free trial to be able to record your screen. It's called Camtasia, Camtasia, Camtasia. And you guys can Google Camtasia, and it has a free trial. So what I want you guys to do is make sure you watch our training video, you listen to what Mila's talking about here, and then you get a free trial once you've made your PowerPoint kind of script. And Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure everyone's on the same page with that, Mila, before you continue. So it's something really easy, and those PowerPoints are actually just as good at converting as really fancy kind of videos and special effects. You don't need to do that kind of stuff.
Great, thank you for that. So, and also for the actual PowerPoint, if you don't have the Microsoft Office tools, that's okay. You can totally get a free trial for that as well. So Justin here is going to show you guys on the screen how you can do that. So you just Google PowerPoint. You can go to the Microsoft site, and they give you a 30-day free trial for that. Well,
awesome.
Bear with us. That's okay. So, so you guys can just Google that, and right on the Microsoft site, they'll actually let you download that free trial. So once you guys have that, you guys can start creating the actual PowerPoint slides. It's very simple, so you don't have to be really great at design, because actually simplicity is what converts. It's easily visible to the viewer. They're able to stay on point with it longer, as opposed to you having like a lot of background images and things like that. So yeah, so just stick to simple formatting. What we like to do, and you might have seen this from our videos, is just plain white background and a really simple font. So none of those strange like Garamond, Century Gothic, Comic Sans type of things. Just keep it simple. Arial is good. Make sure everything is legible, visible, and things like that. So I was working with a client, and he thought it was a good idea to, for example, put a lot of background images into the slides, and the viewer is actually not even able to read the text. So you want your viewer to be able to follow along. So with that said, you also want to make sure that the text that you're writing on the slides is no longer than 3 lines per slide. So refrain from writing paragraphs on one slide. Just stick to a few lines per slide, and just carry over the wording. And in doing that also, what you might want to do, Justin here is showing it on his screen right now. In this video, you'll learn the 3 steps to golfing like a pro. So something like that is what you want to stick to, and that's great. And another way that you can kind of get creative with it is in writing these lines out that you're going to be transferring from maybe a Microsoft Doc. Maybe you wrote out your whole script. You know, copy paste these on there. It'll save you the most time. Don't actually write them out like this, like Justin is showing on the screen. He's just doing that right now because he's writing it from his mind, but you'll actually be probably have a separate copy, and you'll be transferring it over onto the presentation. It's best that way also. So what you don't want to be doing is actually just writing your copy as it goes on the slides, because you actually want to be able to see it as a whole, be able to dissect it. When you put in all the elements of your copy that you want, they'll be much easier to see if you write it out first and then transfer it onto the PowerPoint. So I recommend doing that, and then just copy and pasting line by line into the PowerPoint. And a good tip with that is, if you guys want to emphasize things in your PowerPoint, like for example the struggles of your customer, which you guys should definitely be doing in your sales script, is finding your perfect avatar, so your perfect demographic, the perfect person for this, and kind of outlining their fears and pushing on those fears inside the sales video. And in doing that, emphasizing them in the text by having each slide say that specific fear. So are you afraid of your friends making fun of your golfing game? Justin wrote out here. And then on the next slide, you could say, how about your friends isolating you from their hangouts? How about, you know, things like that. So whatever it is, putting things on a separate slide to emphasize them is a great way to actually evoke that person's emotion when they're watching it, and kind of relate to each thing as you're saying it. So that's great. And then Also, in creating your presentation, part of also making it very simple is so that the viewer can focus. So when you start creating your video sales letter, you really want to start it off with an intro line that's attention grabbing. So they can actually focus in. You can even say, I want you to focus in right now, close all your other windows, or attention, or are you listening? Are you there? You want to listen up to this, preceding the actual sales script so that that person is engaged and they can actually focus in, and you're doing a pattern interrupt is what it's called. So whatever they're doing online, they can actually listen. So focus in as another example. Great. So your PowerPoints or your video sales letter should run somewhere between 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, no longer than that. And that should run you about, I would say, like 200 slides. It seems like it's long, but you're going to just be copying and pasting these lines in one sentences. So just think of roughly having 1 to 2 sentences or 3 sentences per PowerPoint slide, and how many sentences you guys have in your copy is how many slides you guys should have. So as far as that goes, so going into the actual outline of what your video sales letter would look like is you're going to have first your attention grabbing headline. So it would say something like attention, are you listening, focus in, things like that. Then you're going to go into several aspects of the main body, which are determining who your avatar is and making sure you hit on their fears, and being able to let the viewer, who's your target viewer, the target traffic you're driving, be able to identify with that avatar. So you want to make that avatar into like a story would be the most effective way. So for example, if this is a golfing product, you want to have someone like John in it, and John, you could start telling a story about John. John has had some experience playing golf, but not really, and he's looking to really improve. His friends are now going out often on the weekend to play, but he feels left out a little bit, and at lunch he can't seem to actually get into the conversation because the guys don't look at him the same way, and they feel like he doesn't really get it. So kind of create a story around your avatar, whatever it is, and make sure that you have that in. But also, you also want to establish rapport with the viewer yourself. So also you want to have your own story in there. So oftentimes you'll see Adam and Justin, for example, they tell you guys a little bit about themselves. It helps you guys see that they're credible, they're knowledgeable on the subject, that they're experienced, and that you can trust what they're saying. So when you are trying to present yourselves and trying to get the viewer to purchase your product, you want to be able to actually seem like you know what you're talking about, and why should they listen to you. So an entire section of your video sales letter should be also about you. So you want to tell them a little bit about yourself and why they should listen to you. So you could be like, I've been playing golf for 20 years, or I play golf all the time, and maybe you haven't played for 20 years, but maybe you're better than all of your friends, and all of your friends come to you and they ask you, hey, can you teach me? Or, maybe you are a great chef and you went to this prestigious academy, and this is how you have your credibility. So you definitely want to share that about yourself. So that's a really important part. Do you guys have any questions so far? Let's see. Yeah, Andy, Verdana would be a good font for you to use. Anything simple, really, just along the lines of Arial would work. Any questions so far about what you guys should include on yourselves, about your avatar?
Yeah, this has been awesome. By the way, guys, just so you know, like when we just talked about the font, I think it automatically gives you a good font, which is whatever, Calibri.
Calibri, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what you don't want to do though, I know a lot of you guys think the most common font is Times New Roman, but there's something funny with that one in that, let me go to it real quick, like this. This is actually harder for the eyes to see and is actually proven to hurt conversions because like you see how it has all these extra things, like it wings out on the eyes and it does has a lot of extra things and it's actually harder to see than just that. And so you want to keep it to a simple font and just keep it this white background with the black text. That does really, really well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's exactly what it should look like. Very simple, no more than 3 lines on each side.
And by the way, once you
Cool.
guys make these, all you're going to be doing is recording this and talking over it. So so pretend this is my video and I'm recording it right now. I'd go, in this video, you're going to learn the 3 steps to golfing like a pro. So focus in, get off Facebook, put the television remote down. Watch till the end of this video and you're immediately going to be a better golfer. Are you afraid of your friends making fun of your golfing game? Or maybe your friends don't include you next time because you slow down on the course. I was just like you, and that's why you have to listen up because now I'm an amazing golfer with tons of awards and trophies. This is how it got started. Here's what I learned, and here's what I'm going to do for you. So, as you guys can see, I just made that really quick, but it kind of fulfills some of the things that Mila was talking about, right? We got their attention, told them why they need to listen in, kind of went over some of their fears, and then these kind of break down some more stuff like a story of kind of the transformation and the story of how an avatar was just like you and this has helped them get to the next level. And then at the end of it, it's all about, so I packaged this up and I'm going to give it to you to help your golfing game. So yeah, so let's go over some of these questions, Mila. If you can read them out and go over them, that'd be great.
Yeah, and also just before that, so the last thing I wanted to mention here is you actually want to leave out telling them about your actual product until after you do all of these things. So talking about yourself and the avatar and it's kind of how I mentioned it in that order. So you first want to talk about them, make them relate, then talk about why you're credible on the subject, and then towards the end tell them about the product a little bit in the ways that it'll be helping them. So you could say like, imagine now you'll be able to do so and so, hit this way off the tee, whatever it is, make dinner in 15 minutes and avoid cleaning up the mess you leave behind after. Whatever it is. So all the good points now, that all those summary points that you want to mention that your product is going to do for them, is what you should do towards the end of that. So the big reveal is always at the end. So definitely include that towards the bottom and not before that, because you want to actually keep them along and actually deliver all that information before you tell them about the product, so that you're not telling them about the product first and they're like, I don't know if this relates to me and I don't even know who you are. So you definitely want to do those 2 things first. Okay. Justin, is there a specific question here that you saw that we want to answer?
Yeah, here was one. Should I change like the format of things to really grab attention? And that's true. So look at this one right now that I'm on the slide. I could do something like this. I don't want to overemphasize it, right? I don't want to do this on every screen, but for the important ones, it might be good to grab their attention on certain aspects. That way people kind of remember about it.
Yeah, so if you want to bold it, capitalize it, underline it, make it green, but not stay away from using like neon colors or anything like that. You just want to stick to like patriotic blue or just a green type of thing. That would be the best, in red. Also, it would be good for everyone to kind of browse on and do some research on colors, because a lot of colors have different associations with them. And red is, although it's also passionate, it's also kind of creates anger in people, and it could also, you have to be wary of using that color. So just know about that, and looking that up would really help. So let's see some of these other questions. PowerPoint, do we have to use PowerPoint? That's just the program we always use. It's very, very simple. Anyone can, it's free for the trial. Anyone can use it. You don't have to be a pro. You know, you just type things in like Justin was showing and just highlight them. So that's definitely the way to go. PowerPoint is what we recommend. And when you're also going to be using Camtasia to film your screen, since you can go into like a presentation mode and kind of toggle between the arrow keys on your keyboard, it's easier to go through the slides that way, as opposed to, for example, using, say you want to do it like a Microsoft Doc, and you want to write everything out and just make the font really, really big so that there's only one sentence per page. That way you don't have to transfer anything. You're actually going to, the way that it flips through the document itself is not very efficient. So the best, most efficient way to actually film your screen, turn it into the video itself, is through PowerPoint. Let's see, can you use photos with famous people? I would say no on that one. Definitely don't want to be using anyone's face, just because they can come after you. People don't like that. And also, actually, this reminds me, if you want to be doing like testimonials, which are very, very helpful to conversions, and you want to ask some of your friends to be able to contribute to those, always make sure that you have permission, even though they might not mind you using verbal quotes that they've written. Ask for their permission for photos and things like that, because I've worked with people whose friends have gotten upset for those reasons. So and that's also the best way to go for your testimonials. So if you guys are going to be including testimonials at the end of your video, which will definitely help with your conversions, turning to your friends and family for those would be great. So that's definitely another conversion tactic to help you be able to sell your product better. When people see that other people are, it's kind of the bandwagon, it's called. So when other people are doing it, they're endorsing it, people are more comfortable. But just refrain from using any kind of things that aren't open to the Creative Commons, it's called. It's a special license. Some images on the internet are registered as Creative Commons, meaning that anyone can use them. It's common, it's in the word Creative Commons. So you can actually find websites online that'll allow you to use several different kinds of images. I believe Tumblr, if you go to Tumblr, they have an advanced search feature, and it lets you actually search all images that are on Tumblr, which is a huge kind of photo image sharing website. That's kind of a social network just for sharing images. And you can actually search the entire network for anything listed with Creative Commons. So if you guys are looking for images, that's definitely good. So yeah, let's see what else here. About the pacing for the PowerPoint. So you're going to pace it as you would say it. So for example, Justin has a slide pulled up here. It says, in this video, you'll learn the 3 steps to golfing like a pro. And then you would go on to the next slide. So focus in, get off Facebook, put the television remote down, and whatever it says, watch till the end and you'll immediately be a better golfer. So that's the pace of the video. So when you toggle and read these sentences, it's not too fast, not too slow. Just make sure that people are understanding what you're saying. If you're reading really fast sometimes, just like you're reading a book, say you're like trying to read through a book really fast, you're not really getting it. Also, you don't want to be too slow because that'll actually make your video longer. So if you're talking really slow, like, are you afraid of your friends making fun of your golfing game? If you talk like that, then your video will all of a sudden go from 20 minutes to 25, 30 minutes long. So you kind of want to stay around the 20-minute mark when you're creating your sales videos. Let's see. For the voice on the PowerPoint, it would be great to use your own voice, because if you're providing any kind of recorded content inside, so if your actual product is in the form of videos or maybe audio, anything like that, it's great if since you've already built rapport with your viewer on the front end when they bought the product, and they see this and hear this voice on the back end, they kind of expect it to be you again. So it's good to actually stick to you recording it yourself. But if you feel that your voice is too high-pitched, or you don't like your voice for whatever reason, you can definitely outsource those kind of things. So you can go to Elance, for example. It's a website. You can hire someone there and hire anyone to record a voiceover. Or even, not even Elance, something even easier would be Fiverr. So like for $5 you can get someone to record a script for you. So that would be the cheaper and just as good alternative to elance.com. Okay. So yes, with Camtasia, Keith, you can record only the slides. So you can just record part of your screen. So how that works is you'll have your PowerPoint pulled up, and Camtasia will ask you to select the region of your screen that you want recorded. So you'll just only select that specific box, and it'll just only record the movement in the box. So make sure you don't have like your mouse over any of the slides or anything like that. But yeah, so you don't have to actually hide anything from your screen, or just have anything in the background besides the PowerPoint. It can focus directly into the PowerPoint itself. Camtasia records, ARPAD, it records everything, so it'll record your video and your audio as well. Let's see. Okay,
awesome.
So ARPAD, again, just to be clear about this, Camtasia isn't necessarily, you don't have to integrate PowerPoint with Camtasia in any way. Camtasia is just a separate program, and it'll let you record any part of your screen, so you don't have to like make them work together or be tech savvy in any way. Is it a good idea to use videos and animations? So imagine recording your screen and something else is playing. And the more that, just in general, when it comes to computers, when you're recording things of other things and there's a lot of things going on, it tends to lag. So keeping it really simple and just using images and text is the best way. So you wouldn't, I'm actually not sure about integrating videos and animations that are running into PowerPoint itself. I haven't done that. We've never needed to actually do that. But I would advise against it, since it'll probably create a lag on the video recording.
Yeah, you guys, real quick, just so you
Russell,
know, the simpler and the cleaner is better. So you don't need to worry about trying to make it too advanced. There's sales pages that are literally exactly like we're showing you, like just this, okay? Nothing else besides text and on a white background, and there are products on ClickBank also that are doing really, really well. So don't try to overcomplicate it. You don't have to at all.
Okay, cool. So embedding it. So once you're done with everything, and you export your Camtasia recording, it'll save right onto your desktop. You'll select that. You'll be able to choose, save it as. you know, Ben's golfing video final, and then you save it on your desktop. And what you can do is use the site builder to upload it. And you know, the site builder is very easy to use. What you can do is go to YouTube. If you don't have an account already, create one, and then you will see this button in the right upper corner says upload. So Justin is showing it to you on the screen right now. And it'll prompt you to select the files to upload off of your computer, or you can drag and drop the videos from your desktop in there. And you'll actually upload the video onto your channel. And also, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you list the video as unlisted. So the visibility, you want to select unlisted. You don't want it to be public because you don't want everyone to have access to it, obviously. And you don't want it to be private, because when you set it to private, it's only going to be visible to you and no one else. But when you set it to unlisted, anyone, if you give someone the link to it, they'll be able to see it, but no one else will be able to, and no one will be able to search for it. It won't come up across YouTube. So you're going to set your video to unlisted when you upload it, and after it's done uploading, you're going to see it, and underneath that video, it'll give you an embed code, which you can take and put into the site builder, into the section where you can upload your video. So Justin, if you can show them on your screen where in the site builder they could do that.
Yeah, definitely. So all you have to do is click the video area, and then you can just put in the YouTube link. So let's say, you know, it was my video is this one, okay? All you have to do with the site builder, say this is my sales video that I uploaded. All I have to do is I copy this up here, and I can just plug it in right there, and I can click save. Whoops, let's copy the actual embed code here. I'm showing you guys actually an updated version of the builder, so not all the stuff works. It's a special link. So let me check here. Share, embed code. Let's see if this one works. There we go. So this one works. So what I did, by the way, guys, to embed is that you have to click embed under your YouTube link, and it'll give you a link, a code, and all you do is you plug it in right into the builder, and it'll show up right there. And then, as you notice, this is an updated version, so I could add stuff like autoplay, and it'll just automatically play the video. And I could also hide the video controls, and it'll hide all the video stuff. And we've put up our sales video, and it's that easy. You click publish changes, and that's it. You're good to go.
Great, thanks, Justin. That's really helpful. So yeah, just make sure that you're using the actual embed code and not the URL, because otherwise, as you could see, that won't work. It'll give you an error message. Also, we've had a lot of people still nonetheless ask about alternatives to YouTube. So if you want an alternative to YouTube, we recommend using Wistia, and it'll let you keep those videos extremely private. Justin is going on to the Wistia website right now.
And real quick,
so you can create an
for these videos, it's perfect for your product video. So like I can go to product, and for all those videos that I want to be private, I put the Wistia versions there. But for the sales video, I definitely recommend we keep it on YouTube, just because that video plays the most, and it's okay if it's not private in terms of super secure, because it's not bad if other people see it because it's our sales video. But we want to make sure that our product videos are maybe a little bit more secure. So when we talk about Wistia, this is a perfect thing for your product videos. And it actually starts out as free, which is also really cool, okay? So use these for your product videos for free, and use YouTube for your main video, for your sales page.
Great, thanks, Justin. Andy, so you made a good point. So when you're talking about yourself in the copy, um, you want to show an image of yourself. That would be really great because you're identifying, the viewer's identifying with you, you're building rapport again, putting a visual face to what you're saying works really well. So I would definitely recommend showing some sort of image of yourself. It'll help a lot. Let's see what other questions.
Here's a question that just came up. It's a little bit off topic, but I want to go over it. So let me see where it went right here. Pete, can you hide the controls using YouTube and have it start automatically? Yeah, so that's what I did just by clicking autoplay, and I unclicked show video controls. Something else that we're doing is the button. We can make it so it it hides for as many seconds as we want. All right, like 10 seconds, and it'll be hidden just like it went away right there, and it'll pop up after 10 seconds. So these are new things that we're adding to the builder coming next week. They're going to be pushed to you guys, and they're really, really cool. And it'll help with your conversions, and it'll also help because your YouTube videos, again, this is not the actual, this is a testing account. So let's see if it actually works here. But as you can see, this video is perfect, right? It's not showing the video controls, and you can't even tell it's YouTube. So it is, it's definitely really, really cool. And see, the button pop here is hidden as well, which is perfect, and that'll pop up at the right time. So that is something that we're adding, and it's something that's going to really help you guys.
And Justin, here, there's a question by HJ. He's asking, could you keep your YouTube on public to help direct traffic to your sales page? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so you can definitely keep the sales video public. That's okay, and it may give you some extra traffic. Yeah, that's fine. Just for your product videos, you can still use YouTube. Just make you're sure your product videos aren't public. Make sure that those are unlisted, or use Wistia, which is a great alternative, and it's free to start for those videos. But for your sales page, yeah, you can keep it public or unlisted, whichever you'd like.
Okay, great. And also, Keith is asking here, what is the minimum video length you would recommend?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Justin,
I would say anything, you want to make it at least 5 minutes, I would say. So because you want to make sure that people get engaged, I would recommend anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes as being the best. Kind of that seems to be the sweet spot for getting people engaged. And what's happening is they're kind of investing their time, right? They're watching it, they're investing their time, and it's always easier for them to invest their money after they invested their time. So that's kind of why some sales videos are 40, 50 minutes long. But I would say in between 10 to 20 minutes is kind of a good sweet spot for you guys. And you can go over the 20-minute mark as well. But anything too little, and people kind of won't feel like they know you, and they kind of won't feel like they need to buy your product, even if, because they've only spent a couple minutes on it anyway. These are awesome questions, guys, and it looks like we're getting to the end of these. Can the guarantee symbol pop up later? Yeah, so on the button pop, that's why we haven't published this to all your guys' accounts, but the guarantee will also be hidden, and that'll work perfectly as well.
Also, Andy, you asked about any text animation software. So I believe in PowerPoint, you're actually able to edit the effects of how the text comes in onto the slide. So you could probably, I'm about 90% sure that you could do that within PowerPoint itself. So you wouldn't need any other software if you want to go that way.
Yep. Perfect. Well, it looks like we are getting to the end here. Let me see in the chat if you guys want Mila to be on some of the trainings upcoming, and that way she kind of brings a fresh perspective. And I just want to see if you guys got a lot of value out of her being here. If you want to just say yes in the chat, that'd be cool. All right, Larry, Keith, Russell, Bonnie. Okay, cool. And you know what we could do, Mila? I don't know if you're okay with this, but what we could do is we could have people do like a short call with you, just so you can maybe even talk to some of the people who've showed up on this training. Would you be willing to do that, where they could just put in their phone numbers right now in the chat, and you can maybe give them a call in the next week or so, and help them out with anything that they're working on?
Yes, definitely. If you guys have any questions, if you want my help, go ahead and email, or you guys can call me. My email is, I'll put it in here into the box.
Yeah, if you can put that into the box, that'd be great. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to email her. It's only for people who are on the live training today, so if you're seeing this in the recorded area, that's tough. We'll maybe add something where you guys can talk to her. But do you guys want do you want Mila to put in her email there? That way you guys can chat back and forth. Let me see if that would be helpful, because I want to make sure it's enough value to you guys before we do that, because that'll take up a lot of her time, obviously. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is, Mila, can you put it in the chat and send it to everyone? Send to all. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to email her, and with your name, maybe your product, your email, she'll have, because she'll be able to reply to you, and your phone number, and maybe a good time to chat, and then that'd be cool.
Okay, cool. Do you see the email that I just sent out?
Let me know, guys. Do you guys see the email that she just sent out? Say yes if you guys can see it. And Mila, also put in the chat. Did you put it in the chat, or did you put it in the questions to send it to everyone? Put it in both.
I put it into the questions to send it to everyone.
Okay, yeah, so put it in the chat also and send it to everyone. And you guys, the best way, I don't know how much, there's a lot of people on here. So if you guys want to do it, make sure to email Mila as soon as possible, and she can kind of schedule in for a call. It won't be too long, but that way you guys can walk through whatever you're having issues with, and I think that'd be cool.
Perfect. That's great. Go ahead and email me, and yeah, I'll talk to you there. So thank you to Joseph, Victoria, Andy, Lori, Sharon, Pete, Jacqueline, Larry. Oh, said Larry again. Bonnie. So thank you guys. I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and I look forward to hearing some of your questions and giving you guys some extra help.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys, so much. Thanks for Mila for being on here. This will be inside the training area if you guys missed it, or if you guys want to watch again. Super excited to have you guys join us for the next week. We have some really cool stuff planned, so I'm excited for then. So at that note, we'll talk to you later. Email to milana.kali, Kali, at clickbank.com to schedule a call with Mila, and that'll be it, guys. Awesome. I'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.